Good morning. It's 8:43. We are out of schedule this morning with our newspaper headlines, front pages, because welcomely Richard Barton dropped by, do a pre-breakfast chat, which he does quite often, and we were able to talk about this lady, Alison Rose, and her indiscretion in telling everybody about Nigel Farage's bank account, or not, as the case may be, and the reason that he was dropped from Coutts, i.e. NatWest. And the storm that's grown up around her shows that people are not happy about what she did, but she refuses to resign. So that's why we are late, and we will now take a look at the newspaper headlines. The start of the day is with which newspaper comes first? Is the Metro? No, the Mirror. Yes, the Mirror. And the Mirror actually does not start with Alison Rose. It starts with let's see. It starts with the question of trains and the train delay. It says ticket offices, new hope, train delay, and for once it's a good thing as rail plan hits the buffers. The Daily Mirror's front page features a large image of residents en route in Gennady roads as they try to save homes from the huge flames with hoses. And the front page dominates with the bid to close almost all train station ticket offices faces a delay following crisis talks over the plan on Tuesday. Who the crisis talks were between is difficult to tell from the newspaper headline from the front page, but it says crisis talks yesterday. A 21-day consultation due to end tonight may be extended to September, with the controversial proposals now in disarray. Labour's Louise Haigh said this shambolic process is falling apart. There you go indeed. But then the Metro goes back to the question of the fires that are raging across Europe, and particularly roads. We have some pictures of the fires somewhere, and they are out of control. They are out of control, and well, let's go with heat wave, which demonstrates. There's Brighton Beach on the weekend. We haven't got it so badly here. What we've got is some hot weather. Today is actually only going to be 19, and it is pleasant outside. There will be some drizzly rain coming on in late afternoon. But other than that, not a bad day. But the Metro says ring of fire. Heat wave blazes encircle Med from Algeria to France. And at least 34 people have been killed by blazes in Algeria as scorching 40 degrees centigrade temperatures have turned the region into a tinderbox. A British mother also tells the paper how she and her 11-year-old son fled the Rhodes fires in their swimming costumes as the blaze consumed their hotel. Now, the Guardian switches stories. It goes on about the use of phones in schools. And it says... It says the use of phones in schools is, and I should have some pictures of phones, but I don't. I'm all over the place again this morning. The headline actually reads, the United Nations calls for phone ban in schools to protect the well-being of children. The UN wants schools to ban smartphones as a new report has warned of the impact on learning and dangers of the digital revolution. There is also a poignant picture of villagers in Grenada on the island of Rhodes looking despondent as a wildfire enters their village. The wildfire crisis deepens across Europe, it says, and Sunak delays major recycle plan in the Tories' echo backlash. The Eye's front page splits between the wildfire crisis deepening across Europe and Rishi Sunak delaying a flagship eco policy, forcing manufacturers to pay for recycling to help drive down inflation. The Daily Telegraph, Alison Rose, I leaked Farage's story to the BBC, but I won't resign. Now that was the picture that we started with this morning, and this is the boss of NatWest, and therefore the boss of Coutts, and she has admitted that she told the BBC about the Farage story, which is a gross breach of confidence, and she leaked private banking information about Nigel Farage, while also accepting she had made a serious error of judgment. The front page of the Telegraph says, however, the front page story adds, the bank has said it will not sack her, so she stays. The Times, dress like an Italian, it says, now number 10 wants NatWest boss to quit over Farage. So number 10 has urged her to step down. She ain't going to do it. She's a stubborn lady. The Times leads on NatWest boss Alison Rose, with its front page focusing on Downing Street's concerns about her staying in the job. Meanwhile, on the front page, exercises such as the plank, the bridge, and the wall sit could help millions of people who need to lower their blood pressure. And Chancellor Jeremy Hunt has warned some of the UK's biggest businesses that they must do more to help with the cost of living crisis as they prepare to announce large profits. The Daily Express carries on with Alison Rose. NatWest boss stays in post despite admitting leaking private banking information. How can bank chief in Farage row keep her job? The paper asks that she may need to fight for her job after admitting she leaked details about Nigel Farage's bank account. That's the Daily Express's front page. The Daily Mail, what planet is she on, it asks. Rishi praises the Mail expose of corrupt immigration solicitors. Then the Bar Council attacks him for damaging trust in lawyers. What planet are they on, it says. The Daily Mail continues its expose of immigration solicitors who, the paper says, are charging thousands of pounds to submit false asylum claims for illegal immigrants. Well, the Bar Council is up in arms. How dare you say things like that? And so is Keir Starmer. The man is quite right. What planet are they on? What they demand of the rest of us, they're not prepared to deliver themselves. And that is really not at all a good situation. it's all very well to close ranks, but this sort of thing is just out of this world, and they really have got to get their act together. The Financial Times, which quite often looks at a different aspect of things because it is the business paper, Sunak ready to overhaul green targets for landlords as the general election nears. And it says, it reports Algeria is battling killer wildfires as the heat wave in Europe appears to be wreaking havoc. But elsewhere on the front page, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's government is planning to overhaul green targets for landlords as the UK's general election nears. The Star is bringing home the bacon, it says, good old Star. And what is shades of Babe. There he is, or she is, Babe is. And good morning, the old man's arrived. There is Babe. And the Star reports that is bringing home the bacon. The Star leads on a pig who has made almost £1 million by painting portraits after being rescued from a slaughterhouse. So there you are. It ain't all bad. Get yourself a porker, and you too could make £1 million getting it to paint portraits for you. Well, that brings us up to 8:54. The old man will be along shortly to join me. And he's protesting again. He's saying he's young, and I suppose actually watching him charge up and down the high street, which I can't do anymore, he's got a point. So the young old man is going to join me very shortly. But we started off the day with the Alison Rose story and Nigel Farage, and with Richard Barton, B1, the B2, the two barristers, and that takes us to the news, which is not only about Alison Rose, but about the fact that Europe is burning up, and that now North Africa is succumbing to the same thing. So we'll be back in 5 minutes or so. No, actually in half an hour or so. When Stuart has got an important guest this morning, he will bring you up to date with energy matters, and on top of that, he will also be interviewing an important guest. So we'll leave Babe and the £1 million portraits. We will say toodle pip just for the moment, and we will be back with Stuart Dolby in about 30 minutes' time. Toodle pip. Good morning, my boy.
I can certainly bring you one. Where do you want it?
Yeah, you put it there, fine.
Sorry.
Oh dear. We seem to have gone off the air.
Lawful energy efficiency targets for landlords to relieve pressure on the land housing market, as Mr. Stockman great things for the next generation. Whitehall Oshers have a system energy performance, EPC, which measures the building's energy efficiency, near fundamental reform. I've never heard of that.
What is right?
Never heard of that. Really. Energy efficiency. That's the performance. Energy performance, which measures buildings' energy efficiency, meaning fundamental reform. Also, functions that governments will support for landlords in England and Wales to meet language and efficiency levels. That's not carried out in the EPC system. Critics argue that not derived more accurate properties energy improvement.